If you thought the drama in basketball was confined to the court, think again. The NBA analysis world has become its own battleground for heated debates, where legends defend stars and controversial opinions spark social media uproars. This week, the drama ignited following a single playoff loss, quickly escalating when Celtics icon Paul Pierce squared off with analyst Rick Booker over Jason Tatum's performance in high-pressure moments. Was Booker's skepticism justified, or just another case of overblown criticism? Let's break down the situation, its significance, and whether Tatum deserves more recognition as a clutch performer in Boston. A tough playoff defeat and rising criticism shook Celtics fans after their 108-105 overtime loss to the New York Knicks in Game 1 of the Western Semifinals. Emotions ran high not only among fans, but analysts as well. Tatum, Boston's superstar, scored 23 points, tying Jaylen Brown for the team lead. However, his dismal 1 for 9 shooting in the fourth quarter and overtime became a focal point for critics. One of the loudest voices was NBA analyst Rick Booker, who didn't hold back on FS1 Speak, questioning Tatum's ability to deliver as the team's lead scorer when the pressure is on. For a team with championship aspirations, seeing their top players scrutinized on national television opened the door to a wider conversation. Was Booker's assessment fair or overly harsh? Booker didn't mince words when assessing Tatum's reliability. "I don't see him as a pure scorer. I think he can score and fits in with what the Celtics are. But trusting him as the number one scoring option scares me." His comments sent waves across social media and sports talk shows, with some agreeing, citing Tatum's inconsistency in clutch moments. Enter Paul Pierce, the Boston legend who didn't take kindly to Booker's critique. Pierce defended Tatum during the broadcast and doubled down on social media, firing back with, "This guy doesn't know anything about basketball, LOL." Given Pierce's own legendary status as a clutch performer for the Celtics, his words carried weight. From Pierce's perspective, Tatum is a complete player, and his performance throughout the season and in the playoffs speaks volumes. While critics fixate on missed shots, Pierce sees a player whose overall contributions meet and often exceed the challenges of today's NBA. This back and forth between Pierce and Booker highlights the pressures facing NBA stars today. One bad game can lead to a wave of negativity that overlooks a player's consistency. The exchange also underscores the divide between analysts and former players. For players like Pierce, achieving titles meant weathering as many setbacks as triumphs. For today's analysts, a single mistake is often magnified. Tatum's struggles reflect the larger challenge for today's stars, the constant demand for perfection, especially in clutch moments. As fans, media, and former players continue to debate, Tatum's true test will be how he responds on the court. Will he silence his critics in Game 2 and reaffirm his role as Boston's undisputed leader, or will the debate continue throughout the Celtics' playoff journey? In the end, history shows that stars are defined not just by their stats, but by how they handle adversity. Will Tatum rise to the challenge? The answer may come sooner than expected.